Howdy, y'all. I'm Margarita, or you can call me Mar. Margarita means daisy, in case you didn't know. Oh. Welcome to Hoopment, the Hoopment. The Hoopment is the social movement of encouraging people to allow small diameter hoops to guide their bodies through space. It's a type of functional movement training because it moves us through all the different planes that our bodies can access. It's very dynamic. It's gentle, so it doesn't overwork anything. And it teaches our bodies to move through space more effectively, so that way it moves effectively most of the time anyway. So it's a training wheel for effective movement. I decided to call it Hoopment to distinguish it from flow arts because when I first gave hoops away to people, when I realized how good of a therapeutic tool this is, because I used it to recuperate my shoulder in 2016, late 2016, and I realized, wow, not only did it help my shoulder, it helped my whole body because I had to isolate my shoulder, and to isolate my shoulder, I had to move the rest of my body around. And the rest of my body felt better. By the time my shoulder felt better too, and I said, oh my, if I keep this up, I just feel better. So I did, I kept it up and I felt better. But not only did I feel better, but my body started changing without there being any kinds of flare-ups. So I'm like, oh wow, this is great. I need to share this with people. So I made hoops and gave them away. But a lot of people did this. So I said, oh my, no. That's great and all, that's hooping. But what I want you to do is keep a hold of the hoop and move around the hoop, which is isolations. But it's not just doing isolations. Hoopment is the practice of allowing the hoop to move us through space. It's also the practice of allowing, of letting ourselves feel the hoop so we get a sense of our centers as well as our spheres and how to move through space and our spheres while maintaining our centers supported, breathing fully, and moving effectively through space at the same time. It's a great project to make at home for parents and kids. Hoop making, you can buy tubing at hoopology.com or anywhere really. It's just water pipe, 1/2-inch water pipe with 3H connector tubing. The outer tubing has to expand, the inner connector tubing has to contract for them to fit together. That's a science project in itself. And then there's a lot of math that can be modeled with a hoop as well. Aside from that, you have a fidget spinner. So that nervous energy that kids have when they can't go outside and play can be channeled into how much movement can I get in a tiny, tiny space. Small sphere hoopment. And mobilize everything and get a really great full body training that gives you cardio, that gives you strength training, that gives you balance, core stability, and proprioception. You get a sense of where your body is in space, how much space you need to move around freely, and how to adapt to constrictions or restrictions in your sphere and make your sphere smaller, as small as you need to get motion and mobilization. And the hoop teaches you. And then you don't need the hoop because you've learned how to move through space effectively. And you can move freely. You can compensate for things like rocks and not fall down because your body knows how. I've been playing with hoops for 3 years now. I don't have any kind of formal dance training, martial arts training. The only way that I trained my body to move was using implements. And out of all the implements that I've worked with, these mini hoops have helped me the most. And they're a lot kinder than flaming fire toys. So I think they're more accessible to everyone. And they're fun to make. And yeah, that's it. Welcome to the Hoopment. I hope that this will be a useful tool for you in many ways. Not just as a movement tool, but yeah, it's up to you. Figure it out. Explore. Use your imagination with how you can explain ideas like Venn diagrams and the need for distances in space and intersecting spheres and distant spheres, sphere to sphere contact, merging spheres like hugs. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that I share. That's the kind of stuff that I teach. I'm very childlike myself. So if you're not into that, you won't like me, but maybe your kids will appreciate it and enjoy it. So maybe this will be a good resource for you to use that is affordable. I'm here at your service. And I especially like making content, especially for people that I have a sense of who they are and that say, hey, could you make content for me? I would really appreciate it. Because whatever I make for you benefits everybody else. And if I make it for somebody that I care about, I always do it better than if I just do it for myself. I don't know why. So here we are, together, but separate. And we can play together in our separate spaces because we need space to play with our hoops and get a sense of where our bodies are and where our sphere is and how much space we need to move freely and how to move freely in space. I've been a massage therapist for 17 years and I can't practice massage therapy anymore. I've been an on and off practicing flow artist for 2005, 15 years. So all of that knowledge put together, I'm now doing a biomechanical certification training, biomechanical movement specialist training so that I can better explain to you why this is such a beneficial tool and be of greater service to your understanding, because I feel like the better we understand our bodies, the easier it is to take care of our vessels. So, here I am, at your service. Thank you so much.